Using this as a pantry? How are you going to do that? Well, just open this up. It had a shelf in there already. And this was for an armoire. This was for shelves for clothes or whatever. But you know, you can take plastic containers like this, you can put all your food in there and stack everything in there. That's what's happened here. Then you can stack other things there. And that worked out really good. But at the top, what are we going to do with the top? I mean, like I said, it was set up for an armoire. You can hang clothes up here, and there's an adjustable rack. Well, there's a little rack up here. Look at all this food in there. It's just kind of crammed in there. And there was a rack way up high here that you can pull that out and slip that out. And that's for hanging clothes if you want. The back was cut out because there used to be a big huge TV in here. You can make an armoire into that. Leave this top thing in here, and voila, you've got a TV armoire. You can put your DVD players down at the bottom, or recording stuff down at the bottom, down there where that bottom shelf is. But making this into a pantry, there's, you know, gotta figure out something a little bit better than this. I mean, these shelves down here are fine. So these shelves down here, but I want to try to match something like this a little bit. And this shelving material is 3/4 of an inch, and it's pretty deep and it's pretty wide. You know, how are we going to find a shelf like that at the store? How long is this? Looks like about 36 inches. You can't just go to the store and buy a piece 36 inches by 18.5-inch wide shelf and slap one in there, you know? It's just not that easy, is it? Never seems to be. And see all this here? That's the only shelf. We got that one shelf here at the bottom. Well, I'm going to put another shelf like right here, and I can put a shelf up higher. I think I can get 2 shelves in there. Maybe one shelf here and one up here somewhere. You know? But I want to make it match. You go to the hardware store, you think they just have black shelves you can buy and plop right on in there? Well, it's a little bit harder than that, but I think I've come up with an idea. Now this is for putting shelves. I mean, you don't have to do it this way, but you know, you can use something like this as a pantry at the end of your hallway. And here's what I found at the store. It took me a little while to figure this out, but I want to show you what I'm going to do, and this might crop up some ideas in your thought process on what you can do with your armoire or that empty space at the end of the hallway. I'm in luck. I found something at the store. This is what I'm going to use. Now this is a black pre-finished piece, and I didn't think the hardware store had this, but I went in their little storage area and shelving area, and I found these pre-finished shelves. And this one's 4 feet long, and this whole opening is about 36 to 38 inches. So when I cut off the end of it, then I can use the end and put it in the middle. You know, I can cut the end of that and put it in the middle for a shelf support like this. I'm going to have to put another one in here to hold this bottom shelf, and then probably another one to hold the top shelf. So I want to get 2 different shelves in there. Okay? And everything's going to be black now because I can use it out of that. The edges are finished. And that's what I liked about this shelf, because this end was finished and also this other edge is finished too. So when I cut it, I'll just make sure I flip the finished side out and all that. But you know, if you were to remember, this shelf inside the armoire is like 18 inches deep. How deep is this? 18.5 inches. Those shelves are 18.5 inches deep back there, but this shelf is not that deep, is it? you know, what to do about that. That's less than 12 inches. So, you know, I got 4 pieces like that. And what I'm gonna end up doing is, when I put it in there, I didn't want to just have a 12-inch deep shelf in there, because then I'm missing all that extra space. I mean, I could put a 12-inch shelf in there and put it on the back and then have it come out shy of this opening by 6.5 inches or so, but then I'm missing being able to utilize all that extra space. Now if I pull the shelf forwards and kind of let things dangle off the back, you know, boxes, cereal boxes, stuff like that, you know, that's really not going to work either, because I don't want to push things off the back side of the shelf or anything of that nature. You know, so that's why I got extra shelves. I'm going to rip a shelf in half, and I'm going to put the rip side facing back, because I'm going to have a seam there all the way across, and I want finished edge to finished edge, so it's nice and tight edges, you know what I mean? And then I'll be able to put that up, and I can run 2 pieces in there. I'll put the 6-inch wide piece towards the back side. You won't even really notice it that much. You know, once you have food and boxes and plastic buckets on there, whatever you're going to have on there, you know what I mean? And then, you know, I'll do that for both shelves. And because I ended up getting 4 pieces, I've got 1 because I'm going to need to make some cleat material, and I'll put the cleat material on the sides. And I wanted to make it black because that way when you open up this cabinet, it's all the same. Now if this was a white cabinet, I could use melamine shelving. You can get melamine shelving like this that's white at the store. You also can get like a walnut color in case your cabinet's a different color. You know, so look at the store and try to mimic what you have. You know, I could have put white shelves in there. Nobody would have ever seen them until you open up the doors. But then that looks cheesy. Looks like I just piecemealed it in there and I didn't really care about what I was doing. You know, think about your project and match existing conditions whenever you can. So that's what I'm going to do here. I think it's going to turn out good. You know, I'm not going to show you the entire project on this. I'm going to have to rip some wood down, put some cleats in there, and that. But I may give you a few look-sees of what I'm doing. But obviously, don't worry, I'll show you the finished product. And this is something, can you do this yourself? Of course you can.